everyone. Welcome back to our second class of political science. I hope you all have enjoyed the first class of political science because we have also done a very interesting chapter, that equality in Indian democracy, which was the first chapter in the book, and I find it very interesting chapter because in this chapter we have read about equality. We have read that equality is a key feature of democracy and how it influences all aspects of its functioning. We have also read that what is equality and why it is important in a democracy. And if everyone in the society, if everyone in the country is treated equally or not. In the last class, we have understood the key features of democratic government, that is people's participation, conflict resolution and equality. And we have been focusing on equality in this chapter. Like what is equality, why it is important and whether all citizens of India are treated equally or not. So our next topic is equality in Indian democracy. As we know that equality is provided in Indian democracy. So when we say equality, as per the constitution says that every individual in India, including male and female persons, from all the caste, religions, tribes, educational and economic backgrounds are given equal treatment. So these are the four things that must be implemented in the society. That is, every person is equal before the law, no discrimination based on religion, caste, place of birth or gender. Every person has access to public places like public gardens, public toilets and public theatres. And last is, untouchability has been abolished. So there should be kind of equality for all these amenities or services that are present in the society. The Indian citizen, our citizens should get all the amenities that are present in the society. Now when we talk about the implementation of equality, this implementation occurs in various forms. See, by laws and by government programs. By means of laws, there are various laws that explains inequality that still exist in the society. And various government programs, like we have many programs that have been launched by the government to help the disadvantaged group, that help the poor section group of the society. One of the steps taken by the government includes the midday meal scheme. This refers to the program introduced in all the government elementary schools to provide children with cooked lunch. The first state in India to introduce the scheme was Tamil Nadu. And then in 2001, the Supreme Court asked all the state governments to begin this program in their schools within 6 months. Now my question is, why the scheme was started? The scheme was started because it has many positive effects. These includes the fact that many poor children have begun enrolling and regularly attending the school. Their regularity has got increased. Teachers also reported that earlier children would go home for lunch and then not return to school. But now with the midday meal being provided in school, their attendance has improved. Their mother, who earlier had to interrupt their work to feed their children at home during the day, no longer need to do so. This program has also helped to reduce the caste inequality because both lower and upper caste children in the school eat this meal together. And even the Dalit women were also employed to cook the meal. And so it decreases the unemployment also. The midday meal program also helps reduce the hunger of poor students. It also curb the hunger. Curb means to erase the hunger, who often come to school and cannot concentrate because of their stomachs are empty. So it has many positive impacts, it has many positive effects. So the step was taken by the government and it was highly appreciated by the students and the parents. Universal adult franchisee. It is an essential aspect of all the democracies. This idea is based on the idea of equality because it states that every adult in a country, irrespective of their wealth and the community he or she belongs to, has one vote. We have read the story about Kanta. It was based on this universal adult franchisee only, because she was so happy that she has one vote. She is able to vote. Now children, change is very slow, change is gradual, and ultimately people who are coming to school would be given equal treatment in the school. People would not ask about caste and surnames and would be given equal treatment in all the aspects of their life. But this change is very slow. It's very continuous process. However, this is a very struggle. This is the continuous process and there is a struggle in this which needs to be solved. This equal treatment should not only be given in the books but also should be implemented in the practical lives. India is not only the country who is struggling for equality. Like if you go to South Africa, we have Nelson Mandela who fought for the rights of the black people. Similarly, in the United States, the Afro-American were treated unequally for many years. While traveling to public buses, they either had to sit at the back or give their seats to the white people. In 1955, there was a lady whose name was Rosa Parks, an Afro-American. She refused to give a seat to a white man and her act resulted in agitation among the people and led to the civil rights movement. Later on, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was implemented, which prohibited the discrimination on the basis of religion, caste, class or creed. Although our government is trying to bring equality among people, there are still several communities that are still struggling to maintain the equality and dignity in the society. That was all about your first chapter.